two things I'm going to be talking about. One is going to be about my car, and the other one's going to be about this episode of Shark Tank seen. It's pretty. I'm just going to do it both on this. So, first thing with my car is I had like 2 days off, and for those 2 days I usually never go anywhere, so I'm just always sleeping and I never go out. But there was a day before I went out to go to In-N-Out and get some food, and where I live there's like a parking pass here. So with the parking passes, it has to always be visible on your window when that happens. So apparently, I guess I forgot to put that thing on there. And the next day, I was going out to go get some food, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get me some Panda Express. I'm gonna eat blah blah blah." And I go out there, and I'm like, "My car's missing. Like, where's my car?" And I'm walking around the whole parking lot, and I didn't see my car. So then I'm like, did it get stolen? Like, what happened to my car? I don't know what happened to my car. So I come back in and tell my dad that my car is missing. And he walks out there, and I don't know why he decided to walk out there also to know that it was missing. But yeah, there was, like he said, there's no glass on the floor, so it couldn't have been stolen or anything. So, and then we come back, called the property manager, even though it was like after hours. They said it could be towed if anything, and lo and behold, it was towed. But the crazy part is there's like so many different scenarios. Like, apparently they said the security guard seen it at night, and then it got towed in the morning. That's so what they said. And then they said the property manager's husband seen it, my car getting towed, but he didn't bother to like give me a heads up or anything, because I really don't know why he didn't give me a heads up. But anyways, went to the towing yard at like 9 o'clock, and they close at 8, so you have to pay like this extra overnight fee. So we go over there to the towing yard, and we have to call the trucking company. They sent someone down there to go get my car and whatnot, and it apparently cost $417 for that. Just because of a parking pass, I have to pay $417, which makes no sense, because there are other cars here where I've never seen a parking pass, and there's some that got car covers on them, so you can't even see the parking pass, and yet I'm the one that get towed. I'm like, that really pissed me off. But the crazy part about it, when I was looking at the towing thing, it said the dispatch call came at 0055, which apparently is like a 12:50 a.m. And then it said the towing company came at like an hour later, which I don't understand, because if that was the case, that means they came at 12 and then they came at 1 in the morning. So the person that said they see my car getting towed, like none of this adds up. So I'm pretty much screwed on that freaking boat, because I have to come out of $416 just to get my car back, and it's not like I got a high paying job as it is, so it's just like more money on top of more money on top of more money I just gotta waste. Go figure on that. But that's pretty much what happened to my car, and I mean, I can't complain about it. What's done is done. I'm just, from now on, I'm gonna make sure that there's always that parking pass on there, because I am not paying another towing fee. If they tow it, I'm just keep it at that point, because I can't afford to do that. It's stupid right there. Alright, that's pretty much all of the towing part. But now let me get to this episode of Shark Tank that I seen. Apparently this episode came out like a week ago or something, but I usually watch it on Hulu, and this was like season 11, episode 2 and whatnot, and this was the last person to go on Shark Tank, and apparently it's a vegan based it was this vegan fried chicken. So it looks like fried chicken, but it's vegan, so it's pretty much healthy and whatnot. So they go on there and they pretty much ask her numbers, like the like what is her projection numbers, what is the gross income, all of that. And apparently she didn't know her own numbers, which I thought was kind of weird. And I was like, okay, I mean, first, if you don't know your numbers, how you gonna get people to invest in your company? But long and behold, she actually got some offers. So Mark gave her an offer of like 30% for $500,000, and then after that, there was like a minute later, then Mark decided to go in with Rohan, which was like $1 million. And out of the million, she would keep, or it was two people. Out of the million, it would be like the 10% would stay to them. Mark and Rohan would get 90% of royalties, pretty much. So they would have been set for life. Now, the lady decided that no, she thought the other was better, which was the 30% for $500,000. But then Mark and Rohan was pretty much like telling her, like, you don't understand what it takes to, how much money it's going to take to grow this business, which I really don't think she understood that part, because she kept saying that she wanted the other offer. So then after that, I just decided to go on her Instagram, because I seen the website and everything, so I looked it up. And yeah, they got a lot of exposure from Shark Tank and whatnot. And then some people actually asked them, like, why didn't you take that $1 million offer? And then she said that she wanted to keep the company black owned. So that was like one of her reasons, because apparently she knows that her idea is a multi-billion-dollar idea, which granted, it could be a multi-billion idea, but you gotta have the money to back that idea. Just because it's a good idea doesn't mean it's gonna go anywhere. And I looked on the website and they're sold out until like next year of May. So by that time, I'm pretty sure there is someone else who can come up with the same recipe, if not better, and pitch it to some investors and whatnot, and then they would pretty much be gone, because you wanted to keep she wanted to keep the recipe a secret. She didn't want to sell it to anybody. She just wanted her and I'm guessing, I don't know if it was a friend or the boyfriend or husband, only them two was going to pretty much know the recipe. She want to keep it black owned, so she never wants to sell it. But I think she should have taken the $1 million, because even with that, you could have came up with something new. Like, you could have, if you're a real entrepreneur, you would have took the money and got another idea. Just like, don't stick on one idea if you're an entrepreneur and think, okay, this is going to be my cash cow. If it makes you money, sell it. Start a new one. It's not that hard, especially if you have money to pretty much start up a new business. But she wants to keep it like that. I mean, if she makes it out and become a millionaire, billionaire, good for her. But I don't think she understands the business aspect of it, just for the simple fact that she says she went to college and all of this, but she doesn't know her numbers, and she doesn't understand how long it's going to take for it to scale to a big enough way to where she's actually going to make profit. And if she does make profit, it's not going to be nowhere near as much profit as she thinks. So there's like so many factors going into that, to where I don't understand why she made that. But I mean, if she just wanted to keep the recipe a secret, that's all up to her. She says she has some big vendors that possibly wanted it. There's even people on Instagram saying, oh, I want to buy your chicken from our restaurants, but I can't because you're always sold out. And apparently they're always sold out because they can't do the supply and demand, which is like the basic of economy. It's always supply and demand, supply and demand. The more demand, the more you have to supply. And if you don't have the money for the supply, eventually you're going to lose customers. And if you lose customers, you're just not going to stay in business. No matter how loyal the people are, you have to meet that supply. If you cannot, then there's just no point of you even being in a business. And I don't know how they're going to get any money from the investors, but that's all on my take on that. So it's pretty much just a toe-in of my car in an episode of Shark Tank. And there's a couple of animes that came out, like Boku no Hero and all of that, but I'll go into that probably another day. But I'm just talking about this. So yeah, that was pretty much all I did was that and the towing for that. But I'll hit you guys up probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably make another video. I mean, it's already nighttime right now. But yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. This is Sanni saying sayonara.